Christian McCaffrey news is still pending, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the edge of our seat as far as this MRI and the Christian McCaffrey update. We're also talking Monday Night Football countdown. We'll be going over any of your start bench questions relating to Monday Night Football. Who you starting on the Chargers side of the football, who you starting on the Dallas Cowboys side of the football. You got the Cowboys defense. What do you need to win? Week number 7, Week 6 Monday Night Football kickoff. News and notes, Christian McCaffrey. We're waiting on that news. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
So for anybody that's been living under a rock for the last, couple hours, handful of hours, we've got news and notes. Fields very questionable to doubtful for week number 7 with the thumb that came out and displaced, and they had to put it back in place. And there was concern about the UCL or any kind of damage that would require surgery, but the dislocated thumb did not, in fact, need surgery. But it's more of ability to grip the football. And if he goes out there too early, he's going to just, get injured or not have the thing heal properly. So be prepared to be without Fields for at least one game. We had this Kyron news. He's out for at least one game with the ankle, but the MRI came back very positive fashion. It could have been a lot worse. Trevor Lawrence and Ronnie Rivers, his backup, has a grade 3 PCL tear, which is essentially a tear. That's surgery. I don't know why they're talking about 5 to 7 weeks. If that's true, and it's not a grade 2, borderline 3, which could be the updated report, I almost guarantee you, because if he has a grade 3, he's probably having surgery. He's done for the year. Did not practice. Trevor Lawrence, short turnaround. He plays Thursday night. More likely to not play than to play, but still in the realm of possibility. This right here, Justin Fields, more information on that. Hopeful that he can be back sooner than later, but it does feel like it's going to potentially be at least one game. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have this piece of news. Is this the one right here? That's Justin Fields. We already covered that one. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. Is this it? Montgomery, there it is. David Montgomery. Head coach Dan Campbell said he's going to be out a, quote, little while, end quote. Meaning it's probably Jahmyr Gibbs' season, but he's got to get cleared and be ready to go from the hamstring injury. So hang tight on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Christian McCaffrey pending. This is the last report we got earlier on the last live stream. We're awaiting the results of the MRI. This is from Adam Schefter. Kyle Shanahan on Christian McCaffrey said he's undergoing an MRI as he was speaking. So we're waiting on pins and needles as far as the prognosis there. So hang tight on that. I'm refreshing Twitter. I'm refreshing everything I can. MRI Monday, it assessed the severity of the oblique injury suffered in Week 6. 49ers. Okay, yep, nothing new. Nothing new yet on Christian McCaffrey. Monday Night Football kicking off. You're updated at this point as far as all the major news and notes. Jimmy Garoppolo's out at least one game. That was the only other big thing that we needed to discuss. Now let's get to some of these super chats. First super chat of the night gets a standing O, and that's Slayer. And of course we don't have the proper camera set up because this thing always gets jostled around on me. There's no way to prevent this either. I just got to check, and I didn't check. Proper standing ovation. That's my boy Slayer. Slayer, appreciate you. Cowboys defense and Aubrey getting 23 points. I would say potentially, yeah. I would rather have that side of it, but I mean anything could happen, my guy. I mean you got to assume a kicker is going to get like 10, and then the defense. I mean 13 is not crazy. I'd rather have the two players. I need CD and Eckler to score 50. Probably a tall order, but certainly doable. Like, this is edge of your seat fun. Like, enjoy the game. If it's even close, you should literally relish the moment because this is why you play. Don't get stressed out and be like, oh, I can't handle it. This is why you decided to play fantasy football 15 years ago or 8 years ago or 4 years ago to begin with. Got offered Kelsey and Ridley for JJ Olave Pacheco. I don't think you're getting enough. This is where you get Kelsey for JJ. This is where you get Ridley and Achane for JJ. This is where you get 2 players for 1. You start throwing in Pacheco and Olave and making it like evenly balanced, you're losing the deal. This guy's asking for way too much. Even if you took out, let's say, Olave, JJ, Pacheco for Kelsey, Ridley, you're still borderline giving him too much back. I don't like those deals. I think you're try to get 2 players for 1. And my favorite is the Achane and wide receiver. Achane and what wide receiver do they have that's doubted right now? Need Herbs to outscore CD by 3 and Pollard for 16. Herbs to outscore CD by 3. I think that probably happens, I would guess. And then Pollard for 16 points. That one's going to be close, but certainly doable for Tony Pollard. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for your super chats. Let's go to the phone lines as fast as we can and get to some questions before this game kicks off. Super excited about this game. We had Bloody Sunday yesterday is what we're referring to. Week 6 Bloody Sunday. Hopefully Week 6 Bloody Sunday doesn't spill into Bloody Monday. But this has been probably the worst week in fantasy I remember in quite some time. And that doesn't just go for players that I liked or that we liked, or it goes for fantasy in general. Like Ritter, top 5 quarterback this week. I mean, we're talking about running backs being pretty putrid across the board for the most part. Like, to get a top 8 running back slot was not that difficult in fantasy football week number 6, 2023. This will go down as probably one of the worst weeks I can remember in a long time. A lot of 109 to 105, a lot of 99 to 110 scores. There aren't near as many 170, 150, 140 point weeks. So everybody that's feeling really down about your team, the entire fantasy landscape took a big dump in week number 6. So maybe you did lose, but you had your opponent most likely in many cases crawling to the finish line too. Hank, you're live on the Fantasy Football Show. What can I do for you?
I want to say, you think Roshan will play this week?
I wish I could tell you that I had some sort of line on this, but I don't. I think if I had to guess, I would say yes. I think he plays because it was a concussion, and I don't believe he got rocked to the tune of like one of those career-ending ones where they assess it for 3, 4, 5 weeks. This is one where he should have probably had enough time. He didn't. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there's something else going on the back end, but the fact that they need him now, they drafted him. He is a rookie. They want to see what they got, and they're going to test drive him this week, I believe. So I think Roshan is a very good play. The fact that they're also potentially outfields is maybe a good and a bad thing. It's hard to really figure it. They could lean on the run heavily, and Roshan could have a 100-yard game and a touchdown, and then go, wow, what a nice little outing. They revamped the offense a little bit. They ran real hard between the tackles. They had to adjust and adapt, and Roshan goes nuts. Or we look at this like everything else that is Roshan, Gibbs, Bijan, and just say like Gibbs finally had a chance to blow up that week that Monty decided to come back 1 week early and get the most carries he's ever gotten in his entire career coming off an injury, and they didn't use Gibbs at all a week that Gibbs would have went and exploded. Like, just the dumb, crazy luck that we're dealing with some of these calls. Wouldn't surprise me at all if we got screwed on this Roshan start. But Roshan and Gibbs should be starting this week, hopefully, to save a lot of people's week 7. Turn down the show in the background, whoever I added, and mute if you could. I'm currently talking to Hank from Illinois, so if your name is Cameron or the Isaac, please mute yourself real quickly and turn the show down in the background. What can I do for you? What else you got, Hank? Hank? Yeah, Hank.
I was just asking. I was going to say also thank you for giving like great content, man. I watch your show every day, man. Thanks, man.
I appreciate you. I'm couldn't think of a better job in the world. And I promise you, every single day, not suggesting we don't do good things on the show. Every single day, my focal point is to do better. Every day I want to be better. Every day I want to report on something better. Every day I want to predict something better. Every day I want to make sure I learn something. So I promise you that every step I take will be to get better, to have the show get better, the quality of the show get better. So it's only going up from here, pal. And we're almost at 24K, so we're doing it live. Appreciate you, Hank.
Have a great night, man.
Hank to the moon. Let's go over to the Isaac. The Isaac, you got 30 seconds, pal, unless I deem you worthy enough, your question worthy enough to go a little longer. Go.
What's up, Schmitty? Hey, listen, I really just want to run down of what you think about Olave right now. I've been all about Olave to the moon, but I'm starting to kind of move on.
I mean, so I don't blame you for being worried, but what are you moving on to? Who's buying Olave super high to where you can get rid of him if you own him? What's the offer? What are we looking at?
I've got a trade in place, offer on the table. I would give Olave, Lockett, Dameon Pierce. In return, I'd get Metcalf and Gibbs. To the moon.
Pierce, DK, and Gibbs. I don't hate that trade, but I will say, DK's very solid too. Very capable of disappointing, but very capable of surprising or continuing to do pretty solid things. I don't hate this trade. I don't hate this trade at all. I don't think either one of you smash it. I could honestly say one of you could flip and have the better value 2 weeks from now. I don't pretend to feel like I know what direction this trade's going to go in 2 weeks. It really could be volatile. But DK's, look, you want to say I'm going to dip into DK from Olave because I'm worried about Carr. I can't blame you. I do think Olave, I mean, he had a nice game, bro. He had what do you have, 8 catches for 96 yards or something like that? I don't know what disappointed you.
7 for 96, yeah.
7 for 96. I mean, it was a good day. I know he's not getting the touchdowns, but he's one of the most. If I had to say, bro, dynasty-wise, he's in my top 5 or 6 dynasty wide receivers. Now, dynasty doesn't necessarily translate into right now, and so I get your hesitation, but I would say, DK feels like he's never going to be as good as Olave long-term. It's just a matter of, what's this look like right now? Gibbs could come in and tear it up for 3 straight weeks. I don't hate this trade. I don't hate it.
Yeah, it's almost it's decision time. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, but it's I watched that game and he looked, Carr that is. New Orleans in general just didn't look good. They haven't looked great. That's all, honestly. But Olave had a good game, but it was down the stretch. It was in the second half for sure.
I don't hate it, bro. I don't hate it. Just let's monitor. Let me look up DK real quick. DK Metcalf. What's his status right now?
I mean, he's healthy, and I know that he's hit or miss, but 10 targets, 4 receptions, 69 yards.
I mean, that's not. That's not any different than Olave, though. You're stepping into a player that. So I mean, you got to understand. But you're getting Gibbs if you believe in Gibbs right now, which I gotta admit, there's concern that it all pencils out, it all lines up. It's just Monty's gonna come back in 1 week. I almost know it. It's gonna be such unlucky BS, bro. But he will rank. Let's see here. I mean, I don't know. I'm not mad at this. I don't see that DK's banged up or anything right now. People are saying he got banged up in the game. I do remember something, but I don't know that it was just a small little thing. But keep an eye on that.
And Metcalf and Lockett are almost dead even on stats. Metcalf has a little bit more receiving yards. I mean, that's pretty telling right there. And Olave has a lot more targets. It's just what the heck is going on in New Orleans?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Olave turns out to be top 5 go forward. But I like DK. I don't hate it. It all comes down to Gibbs. All right. Appreciate you, Cameron. Or is this Isaac? Isaac.
Yeah.
All right. Later,
Yeah,
pal.
man. Appreciate it.
Later. Cameron, you're live.
Yo. I did end up starting Thielen over Olave, and I'm happy about that.
Attaboy.
But the one thing I do have right now, I'm starting Logan Thomas, and I'm thinking about trading Olave. The Kelsey owner doesn't want to trade for anybody. So I'm looking at either Mark Andrews or Hawkinson. Who should I be targeting for a 1-for-1 with Olave?
Mark Andrews or Hawkinson? I mean, I don't mind either one of those guys straight up. I mean, if that's not crazy. Olave's got more value to me, but I get what time it is. It's everybody's like, okay, I want more. And Smitty, I'm not. I always get this. People are so scared to tell me that they're moving on from Olave or a Moon Man. It's like, especially on my text line, hey Smitty, I know we love him, and I do, Smitty. I'd invite him over for dinner. I'd let him watch my kids. I really would. But is it okay if I move on from Olave? You guys do whatever you want. I honestly believe that Hawkinson, the positional value of Hawkinson or Andrews, with the risk included and all that, with the potential JJ out and maybe the focus on Hawkinson, or maybe the overusage on Hawkinson, or maybe the awesome target share that he's going to get, or Andrews being injury prone maybe, and we see that surface again, or Lamar looking awful here and there and looking good. It's all doable, bro. If you got the wide receiver depth to do it, more power to you. Go do it live.
Well, the Laporta owner doesn't want to trade him, and from my knowledge, those are the best 2 left at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trading Olave for Laporta, even though I like Laporta. I do Olave for Laporta, and let's say like a doubted Christian Watson, or maybe you can get Devontae Smith or Ridley, and then you give up another wide receiver and make it a 2-for-2, and you upgrade, in your mind, your player into Ridley or into Devontae Smith, and your player is a lot lower, and then do that swap. Like, there's a lot of creative ways to do it. Trade for Achane and give up Pacheco, and then that way you're giving up Pacheco, and they're like, okay, I get a running back, and you're like, I'm going to wait on Achane. Like, there's a lot of ways to do 2-for-2s to get like a Laporta involved, so Olave for Laporta. Get more. Do the other 1-for-1 swap on the other side, 2-for-2.
Okay. And you're saying that it's okay just to go 1-for-1 on the other two?
For those other guys, yeah. I mean, positional advantage, I'm okay with it. I mean, midseason, look, you can't use draft value anymore. You can't say, Olave's number 14. Look, Olave's not number 14 to most everybody. Hawkinson, 3rd rounder. Andrews, 3rd rounder. And Olave probably 3rd round. Like, we're talking the same value range right now.
Okay.
But doesn't mean that I don't love Olave. Okay.
I was just making sure I wasn't getting too little for that.
No, it's okay. All right, later, Cameron. Scuba Steve, you got 30. Unless I deem your actually, hold on, Scuba. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. Hand off to Tony Pollard. He fumbled the ball. Chargers pick it up and run it down to the 4-yard line. Was he down? He might be down. Looks like they're going to rule him down. Okay. Let's see that replay, though. I don't want this to be reviewed. And if Lamb gets me 9 points, I'll win this week with my Charbonnet over DeMarcado and JSN stack as my 2 flexes this week. LOL. Laughing out loud. Taking down the number 2 team tonight. Rojo to the moon. Appreciate your $5 hauler.
To the moon.
I think the ground caused the fumble there, right, guys? So we're good. This phone caller hasn't called in a while. His name's Scuba Steve. Scuba, go.
Hey, Smitty, what's going on, man? I have Trevor Lawrence. I know that it's looking like he's going to be out this week. So I have to call you up at a later time to know if I should actually upgrade from this guy. But for this week, who's available on waivers is Jared Goff, Sam Howell, like Matthew Stafford, like guys like that. Should I try to pick up Jared Goff or Sam Howell just to stream him for a week?
Yeah, I mean Howell's been very, very steady, bro. I mean Goff too. Those are both fantastic pickup and plays. I don't think you need to force a trade. But then again, I don't mind you upgrading into Mahomes or Hurts or Josh Allen or Tua Tua is going to be hard to get now, or Burrow while it's doable, because it may not be doable go forward for Mahomes. Mahomes is not going to be cheap. He's not going to cost you $1.50, but soon you will not be able to get him ever again this year. The moment he has a 4-touchdown or 5-touchdown game, instant forgiveness. Instant pardon from everything he's done. No owner, no fantasy manager anywhere is going to remember what he did in weeks 1 through 6. It's going to be instant forgiveness. So I would try my best to go pay for Mahomes because you'll never get him cheaper. Herbert under center right now. Got Austin Eckler in the backfield, 1st and 10. Herbert snaps the football. And will snap the football. I'm probably on a 10 or 15 second YouTube delay. It's not that my TV's behind. Handoff. Nope. Fake handoff. Herbert rolling to the right. Throws the football. Was that Everett?
Yeah.
Thanks, Scuba. All right, Scuba, what else can I do for you? You got a trade in mind?
Yeah.
You got a trade in mind for that? You got a Mahomes trade? What can you cook up real quick?
I can think of it. I was just gonna say because I am gonna be 5-1 this week, and with my team, I don't know if I guess I have to get your thoughts because everything seems like it's working right now at 5-1, just like minus like Trevor Lawrence. So I don't know if I should try to trade off other pieces for depth. Trade away some good pieces that got me the record that I am to get a quarterback.
Oh wow! Wow, Palmer touchdown, flag on the play though. It was like there was no one playing defense. This is like Pop Warner. Is this on the D? The D looks disappointed. Oh, offense, ineligible player. Wow. Okay, give me your team, Scuba. Let's hammer this out real quick, and I'll just give you a bunch of rough ideas real quick, and then I'm gonna let you go. But give me your team.
All right. Do you want the full lineup, or do you want the bench too?
Just your lineup. Just your lineup.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence, Bijan, Etienne, Walker, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Addison, Sam Laporta.
Eckler.
And then
yeah, anybody significant on the bench? I'm not talking about scrubs, just anybody like JT or something crazy like that.
There's Zach Moss is on the bench. He's been going off pretty good, but other than that, it's high upside stashes. Devontae hasn't done anything.
Okay, so
Jalen Warren, Michael Thomas,
yeah. Look, I'll be frank here, bro. Your only opportunity here is to sell Etienne or Walker high. I don't necessarily love that idea unless you're getting what I like to call the dink and dunk, the double for your single. You go and get an Achane and a Devontae Smith, an Achane and a Lammy. If a lamb chops, Eckler handoff, Eckler down to about the 1.5 yard line. So an Achane and a doubted wide receiver that we consider Ridley to be potentially, maybe you don't, I do, potentially still a number 1 wide receiver that's very, very, very doubted. And then you replace that RB with Achane, but you're waiting, obviously, a waiting game. Maybe you put Moss in for a little while. That's not the end of the world. And then you get that. That's the only thing I would consider. Past that, I don't know that you have the ability to, unless you could just throw Addison in to upgrade T-Law into one of those guys, which is not going to get you that. Herbert throws the ball. Keenan Allen touchdown. Nice little score. Nice little score. Herbert, nice work. Keenan Allen, nice work. Chargers, nice work. Dallas is cheeks, bro. Dallas is awful. And their defense, is getting worn down. It's not that the Dallas D is bad on any level. They're just getting worn down because the Dallas O doesn't know what they're doing. They have no identity. You have McCarthy calling plays. Kellen Moore should have been elevated to head coach, to be quite frank. And now you have Moore against McCarthy. And McCarthy, what's McCarthy going to do? Run the ball. Really bad run calls 3 times in a row. I want to run the damn ball. I want to change everything about one of the most potent offenses in the National Football League. Let's go ahead and mix things up. I want to run the damn ball. I want to run it instead of running the ball effectively with an awesome passing attack and being a top 5 potent offense. I'd rather just run the ball. Let's dilute it all down. Let's tear down CeeDee Lamb. Let's make Dak Prescott. Let's expose him for what he is and let Dak look like cheeks. Dak looks awful out there. Dallas is absolute garbage. I love my Dallas fans, just like when I talked about the Raiders last show. I love my Dallas fans, my Dallas watchers, the fan base. You're welcome here. I appreciate you. You are loved. This is a home for you. This is a safe space for you. But me ripping on your organization is not a bad thing. It's me drawing awareness to how cheeks they are, bro. Dallas doesn't know how to utilize their players. And I'm watching the best talent on the field in Lamb or Pollard, I guess they're even, 1A and 1A, be underutilized every single week. All right, hey, Scuba, I don't know what to do on this. I would say Laporta's interesting to mix around in trade talks with maybe one of the wideouts. Maybe you can convince some Bob out there. Go look and see if anybody's got double quarterbacks. See if they've got a Tua and a Hurts somehow. I don't know. If anybody's got double quarterbacks, you might be able to maneuver something using Laporta in their weakness and vulnerability. And let me get rid of just one of these quarterbacks undervalued. I'll just send them packing. That's your only shot. I don't think you're buying low on Mahomes with this team. I wish you could, but it would deplete you. You've got a strong running back core. You got a bouncing back Garrett Wilson potentially, and you got a DJ Moore that's super undervalued, but also risky. But you can't get rid of him. Addison's value's gone up. That's good, and Laporta's a top 5 tight end. So just ride it out. This is a team that can maybe win one game at a time, even though it's probably not. No offense. Put your earmuffs on real quick, Scuba. It's probably not the best team in his league, but you are capable of winning a championship.
Well, the only other option that I was thinking, I mean, I don't know if like this, what's supposed to happen with Jonathan Taylor is should I try to see if I can get anything for like Zach Moss, like for like positional upgrade, like
sure,
wide receiver or something,
sure,
or just leave it how it is.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely go see what the JT owner might be interested in. Maybe go get JT. Maybe you get JT and Devontae Smith, JT and CD. I'm a horrible looking wide receiver, not because I am, but because my coach is awful. Lamb. Yeah. Maybe somehow you get JT and Lamb and you give up some other piece like Moss and Addison. I don't know. I don't know. Go poke around. JT's probably attainable right now, my broski. Maybe you trade Bijan for JT and a Devontae Smith type of move. I don't know.
Because that guy that you're talking about, he's going to be 1-5. And he also has like a Waddle too. So I mean, I don't know if I should try to go after like a Waddle or something like that.
Yeah. All right, Scuba. Call back with some tangible offers, and we'll kick them around.
All right, yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for the help, man.
All right, later. Alan, you're live on the show, bro.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? I want your input on a trade I made. See what you think.
CeeDee Lamb sighting. CeeDee Lamb sighting. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I traded away. I lost Justin Jefferson, so he's out. He's on my IR. I traded away Breece Hall, and I got Chris Olave and Aaron Jones. What do you think of the trade?
All right, I was about to hit that take a lap button. So you traded Breece Hall for Aaron Jones and Olave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd do that, unfortunately.
Right.
I think Jerry Jones. I
know it's a tough trade, but
yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, bro. I think Jerry Jones and McCarthy might have heard me. 2 straight passes to CeeDee Lamb. 2. 2 straight passes to Lamb chops. Lamb. Let me find the CD. Let me find the get lambed. Hold on. Where is it?
Get lambed.
Lamb Chop's doing lamb chop things. That's good. That's good. It's good and it's bad. I mean, like, part of me wants him to do bad again because, hold on one second, bro. Let me get this. 616 caller. I got another caller in front of you, but what's your name and where are you calling from, bro?
Georgia.
Alex from Georgia. Okay, Alex, hang tight. Put it on mute if you could. Turn the background music down, and I'll come back to you in just 1 second. Alex from Georgia. Okay, hang tight. Okay, go ahead. Who am I talking to again? Alan? What are we talking about, Alan? Oh, good trade. Aaron Jones, Olave. Aaron Jones is bye-week free, bro. Bye-week free. He, by himself, even though I love Breece Hall's top 5 to 10 to me going forward, so is Aaron Jones. Screen pass to Pollard, not bad. And then on top of that, this is Smitty 101 trading. The art of the deal, the art of trade negotiation in fantasy football is to take one player and turn it into two players that you could argue are individually capable of hanging with the one player, the better player that you're giving up. Can Aaron Jones hang with Breece Hall? The answer is yes, he could. Now, do I like Breece Hall better? I do. But could Aaron Jones hang? Yes. Could Olave hang? Yes. You, in turn, got two players that could hang individually with Breece Hall, thus dividing and conquering and having a potential rise of two players into monster performers. Or in the worst of worst case scenarios, one goes down for the season and you still can fend that trade. One guy can fend for himself to equal or equate to the value you gave up. So congratulations. You made a good trade, even though I hate you trading Breece Hall, you son of a B.
Thanks, Mitty.
All right, bro. Later. Alan, thank you. Alex from Georgia, you're live, bro.
Thanks, man. Just want to say thanks for all you do. Quick question. So I am coming into 2-4, scored the most points in the league, but we only have 4 teams that go to the playoffs, and I'm like, I pretty much have to win out. Would you be trying to trade for players that have already been on their bye weeks to try to just salvage? Because I'm going to have a
okay.
tough week
Let's do the math here. This is why we went to college, or some of us tried. Okay. This is why we did it. What is your record?
2-4.
Okay. Oh man, that's almost a touchdown strike. 2-4. You said only the top 6 teams make it?
Top 4.
Top 4, okay. And there's how many teams in it?
12.
Okay. So 5.
I had a couple of tough stretches with.
And where are you currently ranked right now?
11 out of 12, but I'm going to win this week, so probably closer to, I don't know, 8-ish.
Okay, so we'll put 8 right here. So you're right here. I'm doing this on the marker board here. So, and what is the record of the fourth place owner? 4th and 5th.
4th and 5th, 3-2.
They're both 3-2?
Yeah.
And you're 2-3.
2-4.
All right, sorry, 2-4.
Or they're going to be 4-2.
Okay. Okay, so 4-2, 4-2, 4-2, 2-4. All right, let me just set the record straight and say that you don't necessarily need to win out. I know it feels like you do. You're not that far out of contention. But I would say you're not in the wrong and thinking you need to go get some crafty Dak Prescott sneaking it. Oh my God, Dak Prescott running it in. I think I did the under on his rushing yards. I might have taken it away on one of my higher lows. Dak looking like a spry young chicken. Actually, he didn't.
He looked like a younger version of himself.
Yeah, he didn't. He looked like he looked about as slow as can be. But I mean, it was a wide open. It was a good play call, essentially. Oh, it was a ball. I don't know if Pollard was supposed to grab that. And that was like a miscue or what. But Dak he looked like a reindeer, just like galloping into the end zone. So I would say, bro, in this instance right here. Give me your team real quick.
Yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good team. I've got Jalen Hurts, Aaron Jones, Swift, Hall, Ridley, St. Brown, Kelsey.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh,
Let me catch up.
Sorry.
Aaron Jones, Hall, Swift, and who else?
Ridley, St. Brown, Kelsey, Watson.
Yeah.
And those are pretty much the big ones.
Bro, that's a really good team. You got Watson. I mean, you've been scored on more than anybody probably in your league, I imagine.
Yeah.
Like something weird's been going on. So, honestly, bro, in a 12-man league, your team is fire. It's straight fire. St. Brown, Kelsey, Watson's going to come on strong. He's bye-week free. Aaron Jones is bye-week free. I think if you chase the bye-week stuff too much, because not that many strong players have really had their bye, you've got one of them. Obviously, Walker's fantastic as well. You could potentially do that, but what you could do is chase Walker into a bad schedule and get rid of Breece Hall on the rise. And keep in mind, like, 1 week goes by really quickly. If this is me, I'm trying to get Achane. I'm trying to get Achane on this roster. Yeah. I'd maybe use Swift to get Achane and a wide receiver. I'd maybe use Swift to get Achane and like a Devontae Smith, Achane and depending on this game, lamb chops. Who does the Achane owner have at wide receiver? Because if you could turn Achane and potentially, let's say Watson. I'm sorry, Swift and Watson for Achane and a wide receiver, like this could be good for you. What?
So the problem is my Achane owner, he traded for all Browns players and has Achane only on his IR. So it's Amari Cooper, no one.
Well, hey, Amari's not that bad. Also, who do you have on your bench that you could like consolidate? You have like a Roshan that's going to be starting. Do you have a Gibbs that's going to be starting?
Curtis Samuel, McLaughlin, Wilson, Reynolds, and Ingram.
I don't hate those guys, but you got Ingram, the tight end.
Yeah. No, the Arizona running back.
Oh, well, he's technically got some. Okay, he's getting carries potential.
I think Samuel is probably my best value in the.
Yeah, he's not super tradable. I would say like man, this one is tough. I don't necessarily want you trading St. Brown into. Well, I mean you could potentially take Achane and Amari Cooper for St. Brown, but I don't know. What with what.
That was actually my other league. Achane, it's Diggs, Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett. No one really you want.
Okay, what about RBs? What's he have at RB?
K9, Spears.
Spears.
That's pretty much it too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Your team's good. Just let it ride, bro. You have a really good team. Would I be tempted to trade Swift for Achane and something? I honestly would. I would be very, very tempted because, like, if Swift vanishes between now and when Achane comes back, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think everybody that has Swift is a little bit in, like, hold breath mode. And I think that's fair. It doesn't mean that we might be chanting his name. I'm not saying give up on him. This is not Smitty's backing down on Swift. I love him, but Achane is literally a top 5 running back per start. I would be very tempted. Who do you shove into your lineup if you take Swift out and wait on Achane?
Aaron Jones. So it would be Aaron Jones and Breece Hall once Breece Hall's off the.
You only start 2 RBs and 3 wide receivers then? Okay.
Well, I guess once Achane comes back, then it would be Achane instead of Breece Hall. But
I would, if you're not using Swift, then I would trade him for Achane. And that might be the difference maker you need to win out once he's back. Because I think you don't need to win out, but if you lose a game or two along the way on these 3 games, then he has a bye week. But everybody's got a bye week, so don't count that. 3 games, Achane's back. Maybe you're in moon mode. You're in Mars mode. You're ready to go. All right. Appreciate you, Alex.
Cool.
All right, later.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Alex, make sure you try and get something else, though. Oh, Herbert took a big flop. He's going to get a penalty on that one, I think. Maybe. Herbert was holding the football, and who was it that batted? That wasn't Parsons. Who was it that batted that ball down, and Herbert just flopped? Just acting. Okay, no, they didn't call. That was on the other. That was just the original penalty. Herbert acting, Herbert. I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm man enough to say that I wouldn't flop. LeBron should be ashamed of himself. Michael Jordan would never flop. Michael Jordan wouldn't pretend to get fouled so he could go to the free throw line and try and win a game like that. That's one thing that will never allow LeBron James to be the best player in the NBA, in NBA history, is because he's a flop artist. Okay, maybe skill set wise, LeBron might be one of the best players to ever play the game. But the reason he will never be number one is because he's a flop artist. He's an actor. Acting. Do it, acting. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm a flop artist. Jordan would never flop. And I like to think I'm man enough that I wouldn't flop. And so I'm not trying to get mad at Herbert right here, but if someone hit me, I wouldn't fall down and pretend to get injured so I could get a penalty. If I can't get a first down on my own, I don't deserve a first down. LeBron's a flopper. Always will be. Lose so much respect for a flopper. MJ, Michael Jordan, for all you youngins that never watched him, and you're just watching the square VHS refurbished video of him, and you're like, he looked okay. You know? You didn't watch, you don't know. You don't know nothing. LeBron is not the best player to ever play. I don't care how many stats he breaks. I don't care he ends up breaking every record ever. Jordan is the best player to ever play the game. He did it like no one else. Just like Mike Tyson is the best boxer, I think, that has ever boxed, because nobody stood a chance when he was in his prime. No one was knocking out Mike Tyson. It was a guarantee. You could put your left and right arm on the line in Mike Tyson's prime. No one was knocking Mike Tyson out. Nobody. I don't care about accolades. Jordan is the best player ever in the NBA history, and Mike Tyson is the toughest boxer we've ever seen in our life. Ever. I mean, okay. MJ got all the calls. He doesn't need a flop. Right, but he got the calls when they were deserving, Mr. TD. He would tell the referee. There's video footage of him telling the referee to call a foul. He says, that was a foul. The ref goes, was it, Michael? Okay. He did. I can pull it up. YouTube it. Referee told to call a foul by Michael Jordan. He literally says, that was a foul. The guy, I'm almost positive it's not word for word, but he says, oh, was it Michael? He says his name, I believe. Was it Michael? Okay. Blows the whistle. It's Mike Tyson. I'm scary. I'm mean. My name's Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson. I'm scary. I'm mean. I'm the toughest man in the planet. I'm the toughest man on planet Earth. I got a contract by Viper Car Alarms. So when your car alarm goes off, it says, please step away from the vehicle. Don't make me angry. My name's Mike Tyson and I'm scary. If you don't know what I look like, you do not want to mess with this vehicle. Please step away from the vehicle. Iron Mike Tyson. Can you imagine if Iron Mike Tyson signed a contract with Viper Car Alarms back in the day, and that was the voice you heard? Can you imagine aliens come down and say, Send us your most prized possession athlete. Who is the best athlete on the entire face of the earth? Who is it? Who is your prized possession? Hi, I'm the scariest man on planet Earth. I can beat anybody. I'm Mike Tyson. I'll bite your ear off. Oh, you don't have ears? Dak is running like crazy. What is Dak, a running back? Anyway, Dak Prescott getting the over on the rushing yards tonight. Mike Tyson is a very smart man too, great businessman. No. Kentucky, you must be young. You must be a youngin' and don't know. He literally had all of his money completely just, his business manager just took it all. Mike Tyson doesn't have really anything left. So I think you're probably joking. Cowboys offense coming alive. That's correct. 2nd and 3. We're looking for a little. Get down! Get Tony Pollard into the end zone! Get to the chopper! Dak Prescott back to pass! He's a running back! Look at him! Look at him go! Look. Tony Pollard has big hands, big energy, big hands. Why is Tony Pollard not even in the game? What, are they just going to run Dak? Is Dak the new RB? Dak got his head bent back. 3rd and 6. Okay, Tony Pollard's back in the game. What is this, a false start? What's going on? Two minutes and I'm probably going to leave at the end of the first quarter here. We'll come back. I was told this channel is the best. Fantastic channel. The best. Nothing but the best. Huge views. Big watch time. Huge.
If you stop sending me these terrible fantasy football trade offers now, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will tell the commissioner on you.
Big league. Big league. All right, we got a super big chat. big chat. Big energy coming in from Landon. Landon says Ridley and Madison for Evans. You could argue this, bro. Evans has certainly earned this trade. I mean, granted, he hasn't delivered this last week and he was injured and et cetera, but Lamb Chops unfortunately didn't get. Man, what a waste of a drive. What a waste of a drive. Dallas is putrid. I would rather personally, chat, what do you think here? Can we get a vote here? Are we going with Evans or are we going with Ridley? I still love Ridley, but I do believe that there's argument to be made here. Waddle, Pacheco for Jefferson, DK. I would take Jefferson, DK over Waddle, Pacheco. That I would do. You're 6-0. You can wait on that. You could also trade it. Evans. I mean, look, bro, it's not bad. Evans started out on fire, got banged up, but there's no reason to believe, and he's potentially fighting for, some bag. I wouldn't be opposed to this, especially with T-Law being hurt this week. I don't hate this trade, Landon. I'd probably Smitty approve it. Even though I like Ridley a lot, I could Smitty approve that. I got a lot of shares of Ridley, and I would say if you do too, why not diversify? But, if you don't have any other shares of Ridley, then I guess I would keep Ridley. Let me put it that way. I keep Ridley if this is my only share because I do think he bounces back. You don't want to watch everybody enjoy his bounce back season and watch everybody go, he's the GOAT, he's the best ever. If he bounces back, but with T-Law potentially out, he may not be out for sure, but if he is out, I think T-Law is going to try and play. I feel like we're hitting the Law Dog button on Thursday night, but we'll see. All right, hey, appreciate you all. Thank you for dropping the supers tonight. We'll be back to do a wrap-up show. Appreciate every single one of you. Now, all of you, right now, get to the chopper. Get down. Get out of here. See you later. Get to the chopper. Get down. Live. Whenever news breaks, get down. We get down whenever news breaks. 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. It's like science. Mel, if I can do the voice, I'll do it. I can do a little Sean Connery. I might have to practice it. I don't know if I can do a little Dana Carvey, a little George W. Bush. All right, later. Peace out, everybody. Appreciate you. Deuces. Oh, hold on. Chargers from the 2-yard line. Handed it off to Eckler. Eckler swarmed, but he gets to the 5-yard line. That ain't bad. Second down. We'll call this drive out real quick. Bijan for Olave and Laporta. I don't mind that anonymous Olave and Laporta. Why is Eckler coming out? Tell me he's not. Maybe he's just resting. Why is he looking down while he runs? He's looking down at his ankle. Oh, no. He did a little limp. No, please no. Please no. I'm not saying he's hurt. We have no, evidence of that. Keenan Allen breaking off a nice little piece of that Kit Kat bar down to about the, I don't know, what is that? It's 1st and 10 to, the 15-ish. Tell me Eckler's fine. He might just be okay, ankle's tightening up a little bit, but Richard Nixon, I don't know that I can do. I mean, not to practice it. I could practice it for you. I hope Eckler's not injured. Is he back in? It looks like he's back in. Thank God. Okay, Eckler catches the football. Okay, he looks good. I mean, I'm sure he's a little bit it's stiff, right? That's why he did that. He's looking down. He keeps looking down as he's running, and he kind of grimaces a little bit. But, hey, he's in the game. And they didn't keep him out long. It's not like they even checked him. It was just him looking down. It was just me reading the body language. It was just me freaking out. I'm sorry if I caused panic attacks. All right, hit that like button on your way out the door. We still have 96 of you in here because majority of people thought I was going to bail, but 83 likes is rookie numbers. Please punch that thumb up button and get that over 100 at least. Appreciate you all. See you after the game. Waiver Wire Show live. Tony Romo impression. I'll look at it, Vamp. I'll see. I don't know that anybody knows really in general what that would sound like, so I don't know. Travis, you've got a bad feeling about Eckler. Well, he looks fine. Thank God. All right, see you all later. Eckler's fine. Eckler's fine.